Hey, welcome back to the Budget Squad. Today we are going to be installing the B58 coil pack conversion and putting some new spark plugs. Now before we get started, just want to say make sure you guys check out my previous video of this where we removed the original cowl filters and added the Burgers Motorsport cowl filter replacement. That way it's much easier to be working on the car in the future, and it looks definitely a lot more aesthetic and cleaner for sure. One thing I would like to add before we start also is that I've added step 2 colder NGK spark plugs. With the B58 coil conversions, I've been seeing some things where people were having problems with that and they needed to have B58 spark plugs. I ordered these before I knew all that, so we're gonna see if they work. Hopefully they do. Let's see what we got. So here's what we got in our Vargas B58 coil conversion kit. We got a little cool little license plate bracket. Gave us some gummy bears. They tell us how to get to the installation instructions. Here we have our B58 coil packs. We're gonna have 6 of these. This is supposed to be a plug-and-play system, so right here is the wiring harness to allow us, the wiring harnesses to allow us to do that. I have seen some things also where they say that you should tune the car for this. MHD does have the option for that. I think this is the wrinkle black is what we did here. Alright, so we're in the engine bay. First thing we're going to want to do is to take off all of these Allen keys. There's 2 here, and then we have 1 right there. Oh, and looks like there's also, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's 1 right down there also. This one's not good. Make sure you guys don't drop this. This one was a little hard to get. Now that we're in here, what we will be wanting to do is removing this right here. There's 1 bolt here, 1 bolt right there. These kind of look like they're 10 millimeters, so we'll go get that. If they're not, I'll let you know. Once we take this off, gotta get the wiring out of here, and then we can start on our B58 coil conversion. Alright, so it is a 10 millimeter, just like I thought. Alright, so make sure you guys are very careful with these wires. We do not want to damage or anything like that. But let's get them all up out of there.
No. I don't know yet.
The easiest way to probably get these out, because these will be a little bit difficult, you don't really care if they break. Some of them kind of already have. So we'll see if I'll be able to use this method. You want to just get something in there. Just yank them out. It's going to be very tough on some of these. That was a tricky one. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna double check all of these, make sure I don't have any oil in there. All right, so off camera we tried putting the bracket in there, and it's just not possible with the way the bottom of this is set up, unfortunately, because there's a huge dip. You'll be able to feel it, but a huge dip between here and the actual spot where it mounts, and it just does not, unfortunately, does not come out correctly. So what we're gonna do, I already got the one off right here. We're gonna have to unclip this one and then figure out how to get all of our wires out of this box here. There we go, we got our other one. So now a lot of these wires should be looser. And there we go, we freed this up from here. What we need to do next is right here. We have some clips. We got a few going down, one here, and then two more down there. We're gonna take those off. There's actually 3 down here on this end. And then you got actually, I was not noticing, thought it was going to be something when you open it up, but just as you have clips on this side, you have the exact same clips on this side. Alright, so getting you guys a good camera angle, honestly, for this is a little difficult, very windy, so that's just what I'm going to do. We are going to take all these clips off on this other side, and then I'll show you exactly what I do next. Alright, so we finally got this apart. Luckily we didn't break any of the clips. So what you want to do, we're going to get this bottom piece out first. Make sure you slide this up here, up and out. Make sure you unclip these 3 right here. There's a clip that goes on top, you just got to pull it up and out. And then this one in the back, you just want to pull up also right there. And these 2 also. Alright, so to get this top piece off right here, I'm going to need both hands, so I won't be able to show you. There's a clip that's right here. It has the actual clips right here, and then on the opposite side as well. You got to get this off so you can pull the rubber piece out, and then we can trash this top piece. Alright, so we got it out. What I ended up doing, once it was sitting in there like this, I actually just took my finger, pushed it really hard, and went like this, and was able to slide it off. Then you're going to pull the piece up and out of the plastic, and pull this plastic piece out. Now make sure you guys are careful doing this for the top and bottom, because you don't want to be pulling on these wires any extra. Alright, our next thing is going to be getting these spark plugs out. Alright guys, so before we put the new spark plugs in, we are going to need to gap them. We got these spark plugs. These are step 2 NGKs. We got them for Burger Motorsports. We also got the gapper tool and the gapper feeler. So as you can see, we're going to be doing 0.022, pretty loose. We go to 0.024 and it still goes in there, so we're not at the 0.022 that we want. So the way to do this is to screw our spark plug up in here, you just want to do small amounts until you have a little rougher side of putting in the .022. So now, as you guys can see, .024, this middle one, will not go in there. We got the .022, and it does go in there. And that right there is how you gap a spark plug. So now let's take out the first one and put our first new spark plug in there. Alright, so we're here taking out the first one. It's going to come out just not what they are. These are our spark plugs here. Very strange, I've never seen these plugs before set up like this. I'll have to look into exactly what this is. Not super familiar on how spark plugs should look when you pull them out, but I don't see anything super alarming here from some of the things I have seen. None of the ends are burnt away. It's not too black. I just ran this car not too long ago and it does not smell like gas, so I think my injector 1 is pretty good. But let's get this out and put the next one in. Alright, putting these plugs in. Just so you guys know, when you are putting them in, they should go in very easily. It should not be very difficult to put these in. We're going to get this hand tight. Looks like it's hand tight right there. Let me get my torque wrench and let's get it torqued. So that is 17 foot-pounds or 23 newton meters. Now we're going to move on to the other ones and do those. I showed you guys how to do the one. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm sure you'll do the other. So I'm going to do the other ones off camera. And then I'm going to get to installing the bracket and then the coil packs. Boom, we got the click. Alright, so we got all of our spark plug switched. The next thing we're going to do is put our bracket in. Alright, let's just put our screws in. Perfect, so we got all these hand tight. Now we're gonna pop our coil packs in. Alright, so I'm just gonna show you how to pop one in, and then I'm gonna pop all the others. Here is your coil pack. Got that in place, and then what we'll do is we will screw this down right here. Alright, there's our coil packs installed, all screwed down in there tight. The way this was probably set up is so you could have these wires right here coming from up underneath of this, but I actually like to prefer to have it on top so I can see everything. Make sure I don't have any problems. I know it doesn't look as clean, but I think I'll survive here. I definitely prefer it this way. So the next thing that we have are the adapters. So the way these adapters work, just like that, and it sits on over, and then you plug these. Just like that. And then that right there is how you get all of these done. I'm gonna do the rest, show you how it looks, and then we will show you guys how to tune it in later using MHD. All right, we're all set. We got the B58 coil conversion done. Everything wired up, screwed in. We are good to go. Let's get inside and we're gonna show you how to now use MHD to tune these to the vehicle. So we're ready to flash the car to be prepared for the B58 coil conversion. Put the car in accessory mode. Now for those of you who have not flashed the car before, you will want to have your car plugged in, and it will take probably like 20 to 30 minutes or so for the first time. We've already done all this, so it will not take us a long time. What we want to do is flash an MHD map. I cannot remember which version I run. I think I run version 9 just to be safe. I don't want to be the guinea pig. We want to do 93 octane because that's what we run in here. I'm going to click on this. Before we do map right, I want to customize a few things. And this is where we set it up for the B58 coil conversion as well. So if you have ethanol content analyzer, you can do that. Got a bunch of different things in here. I don't want any lag in my throttle. It's all set up. We got stock downpipes. I do have exhaust purple. Let's go medium there. Let's get rid of the shift bog. Can do a launch control. We're not going to do that right now. Right here is where you do it. So you go to ignition coils, move the B58s. You want the NXM B58. Get out of this, and then you press map right. We're going to start it, and then I will show you guys the end result. Alright, so we just started it up. No engine codes, everything's running good. I have been riding around for probably close to 2 weeks now, and everything has been great. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video on the B58 coil conversion. I ended up deciding not to really show a startup or anything because it doesn't really do you guys any good or doesn't really matter. Car runs great, it's been running great for at least 3 weeks now. Getting plenty of power out of stage 1, and pretty soon we're going to be stage 2. You will have to wait a little bit as the stage 2 is going to be after a few other videos. Thanks for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.